Today on the channel, we head to the Coliseum. The Coliseum collection, that is, for WWE Mattel Ringside Exclusive Ultimate Edition, Demolition.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Coliseum collection unboxing and review. And today we got the Ultimate Axe, we got the Ultimate Smash, we got Demolition. But for all your Axe and Smash Coliseum collection needs, better hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Got to get the deal out there. And these two are exclusive to Ringside, as we do know. Head over there if you need to. And for me personally, the more I think about it, I think I'm going to need to get another set of these, and more on that throughout this video, of course. But of course, going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. Axe Smash, part of the Coliseum collection, which has historically been a takeoff inspired, we'll call it, by the LJN figures of old. That has now been broken with Smash, who was never in the LJN or Grand Toys days. Now, he was earmarked down the road that there was rumors possibly was going to happen. And I think Mattel took a little poetic license here and gave us a version that they assume. And we know what happens when we assume, Todd McFarlane, what he would have looked like. And more I thought about it, I didn't like it at all at first. Now I don't mind it. It makes sense. We knew he was supposedly going to be there. Same like Bad News Brown, I think Barbarian, Brother Love, the Bushwhackers. So it took a little bit of poetic license with that one. And you can't really have Axe by himself. They could have done Mr. Fuji, but then it would have felt strange, just like the LJN days. So wrapping my head around it, sitting with it for a while, I'm okay with this. But now we know the door has been kicked down. Coliseum collection, not just for LJNs anymore. We're looking at Titantrons. We're looking at Hasbro's, all points in between. So it is what it is. And Axe and Smash, two of my absolute all-time favorites. Love Axe and Smash in all action figure form, so I'm excited about these two. And as I mentioned, I'll probably pick up a second set of these, as they do have them how they would have looked in the LJN together, but they also have their traditional looks as well. And I love it that the packaging has kind of both those looks there. I think that is pretty clever, pretty fun, and a good workaround right here. But we're going to dive into it. We're going to do it alphabetical order, and it makes sense in this part even more because Axe did have an LJN, and we'll compare to that LJN here in a little bit. But there's old Axe. It is more LJN specific gear. Some early face paint for Demolition once upon a time. Very classic Coliseum collection packaging on this one. Ultimate Edition. There's old Axe. What you gonna do, brother? That's what he wants to know. Here comes the Axe. The Demolition Walking Disaster. Jibber jabber on the bottom as well. And then you got the more, probably what most people think of with Demolition when they're thinking face paints. I think this is more akin to that. And we do know we did get Ultimate Editions or Ultimate Elite Editions just recently of Axe and Smash. So that's pretty darn cool. The demos will get you. Why is Axe's hair so nice? Here comes the Axe. So very cool specific stuff. Deep cut. Well, not really. It's kind of an internet meme before internet memes with why is Axe's hair so nice? Well, he put a little extra work into it that day, I think was the case. But I do save the packaging on these. Very nice to see that right there. And now we got it. We got the old Axer right here ready to go. Coliseum collection. Looks like I got blue card here. Now, am I wrong? Are they not making black cards anymore? Is there no black cards with these? I don't know off the top of my head. I feel like I found out somewhere or read somewhere they weren't doing black cards. I guess time will tell. So if you get a black card, let me know in the comments below. But looking good here, WWE logo, Coliseum collection, Demolition Axe, looking very nice. On the back, got the file card, got the cross-sell, very old school LJN style cross-sell on the bottom. I always appreciate that as well. Included entrance mask, entrance vest, gauntlets, swappable heads, swappable hands. Demolition Axe, best known as one half of the devastating Demolition tag team, along with his partner Smash. Axe is a ruthless ring warrior managed by the devious Mr. Fuji. While frightening for fans to look at outside of the ring, it is their opponents who find Demolition truly terrifying due to their incredible strength. It appears they not only want to win, but punish their opponents. Twist 'em, turn 'em, battle 'em, the Ultimate Collection. Looking pretty darn cool right here. You know I'm here for it. And then packaging is removable on these, as we do know. A hallmark of the Coliseum collection. Little plastic prison for old buddy Axe here. Here comes the Axe. Here comes the Smasher. I was very lucky as a small child to get to see Demolition live in person numerous times. It was very fun, very exciting when that music would hit when I was a little kid. I guess no different than little kids right now. They hear Cody Rhodes' theme, they go crazy, but maybe it's because of my age. Maybe it's the era I grew up in. But when you heard LOD's music hit, you heard the Ultimate Warrior's music hit, it was just another level, it felt like. So I don't know. We've all been there, I guess, one way or the other. But man, oh man, beautiful times watching Demolition versus a lot of teams. Strike Force. I think I saw him against the Brainbusters. Behind the back, see you later, goodbye. Demolition Axe right there. I saw him against some Jobbers and Superstars tapings. So I got a good fill of Demolition as a little kid live in person. So it was always a good time. Always a good magical time. What do we got in here? We got 3 heads. Oh my gosh. We got all kinds of stuff. Off to the side. See you later. Now we do get 2 gripping hands, or gripping hands out of the package. 2 Fists of Fury. So that's our hands. Get a little extra set of heads here. So man, I'm torn. Do I need 3 of these in the collection? That can't be, could it? See you later. Goodbye. But we do got the gripping hands there. We do got the Demolition mask. Obviously, you got to get the most out of your molds. They're going to milk this for all it's worth, and it works. It's the same thing over and over, so we do need that. But let's dive into Axe, and let's dive into these head sculpts here. What do we got going on? We got Axe out of the package. We got Axe showing a little tongue. Looks like he's taking his mask off. Axe and Smash always sticking a little tongue out after they take their masks off. Looking pretty good. Got those blue eyes, the silver and red face paint looking very good. 2 ears, 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. He's got that slick back, nice hair once again. Always nice hair for old Axe. And then we get a second head here, a little bit more mean mugging Axe on this one. Looking like a stack of mashed potatoes in the face department, but he's got the mean mug going on. Looks like Axe, though. I'm not mistaking this for anybody. Looking very nice there. And then last but certainly not least, definitely have to display 1 set of these in the Coliseum colors. The crazy red and black. We don't think of Demolition wearing this very often. A moment in time, a brief moment in time. Very cool. I wonder if this is the same head, just painted differently. Looks to kind of be that way. Looks to be the same hair and everything else, so it's just a little different paint there. But depends what you're looking for. You want it Coliseum collection style, you can do this, or you can get real crazy and do it another way. Now, we do got the arm gauntlets here. We've also got the shoulder pads, the vest, I guess we'll call it, over the top. We've seen these before. They're probably the exact same ones we've got with the Elite. We'll pull the Elite out here in a second, but you do got the usual hallmarks of the Ultimate Edition with this one. We'll walk through the articulation quick. You got the butterfly shoulders, arms removable as usual, bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows playing all the hits, hands back and forth, side to side removable, head obviously back and forth, side to side removable, hula hoop up top plus traditional waist. Got those big old splits if you do need them, drop down hips for Axe as well, thigh cut. Double jointed pin knees on these. Pin knees on these. Not a fan of that. You guys know that by now. We do got boot cut and then ankles back, forth, side to side, up and down, and the toe articulation. Don't forget the toe articulation. Axe has that going on. He's got the vest over the top, and then of course you got his Rob Halford Judas Priest gear going on. I guess that's what we'll call it here. You got the black tights, black trunks, more like it, with the silver. Now I always do love the boots though, with the black and silver and the straps going on. Black knee pads, very all blacked out. He's murdered out. He's ready to commit murder in the ring if he needs to. And does he fit? Yep, fits on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. Using code Kyle to save 10%. But I do got Axe right here. I'd be interested to know, did they use the same head sculpt again? No, it is different. So we got new head sculpts here. So one thing you technically could do as well, if you have the Elite Edition that recently came out, you could pop those heads off and move back and forth. So if you don't want to pony up the big money for these Ultimates, you could buy another set of Elites and use some of these heads if you wanted to. So that'd be another way you could go if you wanted to do it that way. But you can imagine very similar figures between these two. You can see the height difference, though. There is a lot of extra height with the Ultimate Editions. So depending if you're a snob about heights on things. But Axe, not a bad piece of business. And then once upon a time, we got the Axe LJN version. So I could see somebody displaying these up there with the old walk like the Egyptian pose there. The Jesse Ventura. You could pop that up on your shelf that way. Maybe display them together if you want to. Choose your own adventure. Now, we did get Latuni versions of these as well. So we could put those Axe and Smashes. So there's a lot of ways to go. Even big rubber guys gave us Axe Smashes. So we've had a lot of stuff in the LJN vicinity from a lot of different toy lines. So pretty darn cool, all things considered. Got to have a little Axe in the collection, but you also got to have Smash. Now, Crush feeling a little bit left out. He didn't get an Ultimate Edition and all this kind of stuff. Obviously doesn't really fit the Coliseum collection, but now I can see some people that don't buy Coliseum collection or really collect Coliseum collection, but they want Demolition in their collection. Now they feel like they need an Ultimate version of Crush. So could we get that in the future? Maybe a one-off ringside exclusive? I guess we'll see where that ends up going here very soon. But we got Smash, a little classic version of Smash, and always finger pointing. What are you going to do right there? I can just hear it. On the other side, you get the early Smash face paint looking good. Ultimate Edition, and Smash, always a guy with his tongue out like a Road Warrior Hawk. Here comes the Smasher. Pain and Destruction is our middle name. That's a lot of words for a mom to give their kids, Todd McFarlane. You know, that's a little Smash. Let's call him Smash Pain and Destruction Demolition. What a name for a kid. Love to see it. Here comes the Smasher. Why is Axe's hair so nice? The demos will get you. You got that crowd right there. That crowd, they're loving it. They're loving the Coliseum collection, as we know, and rightfully so. We all love the Coliseum collection, and we always love Smash. Now, it'd be interesting. I always thought of Axe as the leader at Demolition. Did you think of him as the leader? I never thought Smash was the leader for whatever reason. I'd be interested to hear your take on that one there. Reading the back includes mask, vest, gauntlets, swappable heads, swappable hands. Demolition Smash, best known as one half of the devastating Demolition tag team along with his partner Axe. Smash is a ruthless ring warrior managed by the devious Mr. Fuji. While frightening for fans to look at outside the ring, it is their opponents who find Demolition truly terrifying. Due to their incredible strength, it appears that they not only want to win, but punish their opponents. So they're having fun while doing it. What a great paying job for guys like that. Kudos to the old Demolition, of course. Off to the side, a nice gentle see you later, goodbye. Plastic Smasher Prison, looking interesting here. Much like his brother in arms, Axe, still locked up. And one thing that's really cool is Demolition, man. If you want to meet Demolition, they're all everywhere. It feels like they're at a different convention every single weekend. So they're not going to be too hard to track down. Now, do it while you can, because they're not going to be around forever like everybody else. But it makes you wonder, like, all the superstars that have passed over the last couple of decades, 20 years or whatever. Can you imagine if you could see Road Warrior Hawk and Animal, or even the Ultimate Warrior in this day and age at these conventions? How amazing that would be, and how fun that would be to be able to see those guys. Like, can you see, I mean, Demolition still puts the paint on and stuff, but can you see the Road Warriors full on paint with the spikes? You get your picture taken with them. See you later, goodbye. Be playing a lot of hits for Kyle. You know I'd be taking full advantage of that one way or another. But I should do that with Demolition. I was at a thing with Demolition one time. Their line was so long, I said, I won't do it. Maybe I'll come back later, and I never did. A little bit of a regret with that one there. Plastic Prison here. We get 2 heads and 2 hands. Looks to be the same blueprint. Easy for me. I can't talk today, Todd. I can't talk. I'm all jacked up on Monster. It's been one of those days, folks. See you later, Skyhook. Goodbye. But it's one of those blueprints right here. We got the same hands between both of them. Fist on both of them. Same old, same old. So we get gripping hands over here. Choose your own adventure. But guys like Demolition, you want them throwing some fists is what you want. You got the mask, once again, looking good. Now we're diving into Smash. We're going to dive into this face paint on Smash here. What the heck is going on with this one? I got a wild head that has like powder all over it. I don't know what is going on with this. It's almost like the head wasn't sealed correctly. So I guess I'm definitely not using this head sculpt on this one here. I got some serious quality issues. I don't know, but he's got the tongue way out on this one. You got the usual Smash face paint. When I was a kid playing with my Hasbros, this was Smash all bloodied up. But this looks like somebody threw a handful of baby powder. Maybe it was that devious Mr. Fuji. He had it and he threw it right in his face like he used to do with Yokozuna. I'm not exactly sure, but man, that is a bummer on this head sculpt. As we say, quality issues, your mileage may vary. That's the way it goes. And unfortunately, this Smash, a little bit rough in the head on here, especially the top. Just looks like they messed up somewhere there. Second head, a lot cleaner here. It's a straight up open mouth Smash. I'm probably going to have to end up using this one. Like I said, I'll buy another one of these sets eventually. This head's not going to be used for me. But you got the long hair going on. And it's weird, Smash had a mustache for the longest time. And it's like one of those things, whenever I look at Smash's face, I don't see a mustache. It's a weird thing. It's like one of those optical illusions is what it looks like to me. And then we got another Smash head again. Seems to be the same head out of the package, but it's in the more LJN, or what they think LJN would have looked like. Looking pretty good there, though. But unfortunately for me, I got a weird head out of the package. Luckily, I got multiple other choices to use from. And as I always say, your mileage may vary. Now, looking down the body here, you do got the tattoo on the arm here. That's one of the hallmarks of Smash, of course. I remember when I first was trying to memorize their names as a little kid, that's how I'd tell them apart, by the tattoo, until I got a little bit smarter, Todd McFarlane. But you got the same vest, the same gauntlets, the same with a lot of stuff going on between these two, as you can imagine. Looks to be a lot of reuse between the bodies. I mean, basically the same sizing and everything else. You got pin legs as well for these guys. This is the same boots. Same boots going on, same knee pads. Obviously, you got to get the most out of your molds, and it works. You don't need to reinvent the wheel on these guys. I think they work just fine here between them. But it is a lot of reuse between them. Even the same skin tone color between Axe and Smash here. Articulation identical between the two, so we don't need to walk through that either. Arms do pull fully out, though, as I talked about. Not a bad piece of business. I love Demolition, so they're playing all the hits here for me. Some quality issues on this one Smash head is very unfortunate. Just my luck. Just my luck, Todd McFarlane. But besides that, I'm very happy to have Axe and Smash Ultimate Editions. Not sure we'll ever get Ultimate Editions of Axe and Smash ever again. So if you're wanting these guys in the Ultimate form factor, you probably better jump in on these. You'd hate to miss out on these, especially down the road. If something happens, they're not a Legends deal, and all of a sudden these become just an absolute fortune. It's not a good day for anybody. Not a good day for anybody. But now that we got Demolition and the Ultimate Coliseum collection, the Ultimate line, makes me want the Road Warriors Legion of Doom even more. It feels like we got one of the heavy hitters off our plate. Now we look to the future. What are we missing? And man, that Road Warriors. Can you imagine a red LOD to go with these two? And obviously a black one, classic LOD. Road Warriors would be amazing as well. But man, oh man, I am happy to have Demolition. They were my favorites as a little kid. I believe I saw Demolition before I ever saw Road Warriors as well. So that was interesting, depending. And I think a lot of kids were that way, of a certain generation possibly here. But Axe and Smash, two of the all-time greats, one of my absolute favorite tag teams. Mount Rushmore tag team for me. There's no doubt about it. And I do got Smasher over here. We got him. And I do like that we got the different face paints. And as I said earlier, you technically could mix these heads between the Elites and Ultimates. You could do all that kind of stuff if you really wanted to. I think that's pretty darn cool. Pretty fun to make them your own. And then you got to have the Devious one. You better get him at Target while you can. The next set will be coming out very soon, so you might be able to get a discount on old Mr. Fuji if you're playing a little bit of that long game. But if you got this set, you got the Elite, you need to get Mr. Fuji in the collection too, especially in the face-painted version. Just writes itself. This is a magical time for me and my wrestling fandom as a little kid. Very happy to have this for my Ultimate collection, which I have in a different spot than my Elite collection. So Demolition over here, Demolition over there, Demolition everywhere, as it really has been the year of Demolition over the last year between Collect Major, Latoony, Matt Maniacs, Epic Toys, Mattel, and all points in between. There's been a lot of Demolition coming at us. There's no doubt about it. And if you're a Demolition fan like me, you're pretty much enjoying life right now. So bring on the Road Warriors LOD next. If only, if only. But what's your thoughts on this Coliseum collection? You picking these two up? Are you like me, didn't like Smash being a part of it and then kind of came around to it? Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. And hopefully, what are you hoping to see next for Demolition? Now, we got Superstars of Demolition. I'll be unboxing those on the channel sooner rather than later. We got our Elites back out there. Now we got the Ultimate Editions. What is next? Do you think we can get LJN versions? That might be something in the pipeline. Do you think possibly the Retros? Maybe we get one of those? What do you think's next for Demolition? What would you like to see next for Demolition? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channels, 2 YouTube channels with content every single day to keep you busy. Don't forget Patreon, YouTube channel memberships to support the channel and even early access to the videos, you name it. I appreciate the support over there. Sir Paul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and the Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show. Available where podcasts are found with videocast on YouTube. So for Axe, Smash, Demolition Coliseum Collection, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?